The Australian dollar has hit a new high and exporters have been told get used to it. This morning, the dollar burst through the 104 US cent mark, its highest level since it was floated in 1983. And analysts see no signs that it will slip back much in the foreseeable future. For some businesses, it's bad news, but it's also helping keep interest rates down. Finance correspondent Philip Lasker.
Earthquakes, nuclear disasters, revolution in the Middle East and mountains of debt in Europe and the US. Somehow they don't seem to matter to the markets.
The global recovery is well on track. If anything, it's picking up pace.
Optimism about global growth, helped by a falling US unemployment rate, means optimism about commodities. The Australian dollar responded accordingly, going above 104 US cents. But there are plenty of people who think there's more to come.
I think 110 looks very, very achievable and probably appropriate.
Not to those here at this tourism conference trying to sell Australia to the world. Even Qantas chief Alan Joyce, who's cashing in on Australians leaving, sees a downside.
A very strong Australian dollar in the longer term is detrimental for the tourism industry inbound.
And analysts are warning business of a new longer-term reality where parity is the norm.
Start thinking about the currency centring itself around 1 and the low side for the currency being closer to 90, 95.
I think our operators are trying to be as competitive as they can. They absolutely recognise that they've got a challenge.
When it comes to the Australian dollar, the Reserve Bank is about as non-interventionist as you can get. It views the strong dollar as helpful in keeping the pressure off inflation and therefore interest rates. When the RBA board meets tomorrow to consider interest rates, it'll take into account a private sector inflation measure showing that Queensland's natural disasters pushed fruit and vegetable prices up 11.3% last month, something shoppers would have already known from their checkout docket. But underlying inflation appears well under control, rising just 0.3%, and that suggests interest rates will remain on hold.
That gives the Reserve Bank some scope, some breathing space.
Helped by those cheaper imports, courtesy of the strong Australian dollar. Philip Lasker, ABC News.